On a farm, reliability is never just a sales claim. It is the difference between getting the job done and losing precious time. In this video, we are counting down 10 tractors that many American farmers still remember as true symbols of dependability. From small farm workhorses to Midwest field legends, these machines earned their reputations through years of honest work. And at number 1, we have a tractor name that still comes up in almost every serious reliability conversation. Number 10, the Allis-Chalmers WD45. We begin this list with a tractor that earned respect the old-fashioned way, by showing up, doing the work, and lasting for years. The WD45 was never the flashiest machine in the shed, but on many small and mid-sized farms, it became the kind of tractor families trusted without thinking twice. One reason is simple: it was built with practical mechanics. The WD45 came from a time when many farmers fixed their own equipment, and that mattered. It was straightforward, serviceable, and easier to keep running than more complicated machines. That kind of simplicity is a big part of real reliability. It also had the kind of power that fit everyday farm life. It was not built to impress on paper. It was built to handle regular jobs with steady dependability. For many farmers, that is exactly what made it valuable. A tractor does not need to be the biggest machine on the farm if it starts when needed and works without constant trouble. And then there is the memory it carries. That Allis-Chalmers orange, the sound, the shape, the feel. The WD45 brings back the look of an old-school Midwest farm in a way few tractors can. It is a machine many people still remember with real affection. So why is it number 10? Because it is deeply respected, but the tractors ahead of it reached even more farms, or built an even stronger long-term workhorse reputation across generations. The WD45 opens our list with the true meaning of reliable. Not loud, not fancy, just steady. But the next tractor is even more surprising, because it helped bring real mechanization to countless American family farms. Number 9, the Ford 8N. For many American farmers, the Ford 8N is more than a tractor. It is a memory. It is one of those machines people can recognize in a second. One look at its shape, and suddenly, a story comes back. A family farm, a first field job, a grandfather in the seat, or a cold morning start before sunrise. Part of the Ford 8N's reliability story is its simplicity. It was built in a way that made sense to everyday farmers. It was easy to understand, easier to work on than many later machines, and supported by a huge community of owners. Over the years, people shared repair tips, maintenance knowledge, and spare parts. That support helped keep these tractors alive for generations. The 8N was never meant to replace a large field tractor. That was not its role, and not the reason people still respect it. Its strength was doing smaller jobs well, and doing them consistently, on small farms and around the homestead. It earned trust by being useful, dependable, and ready when needed. It also carries something that is hard to measure: family value. For many people, the Ford 8N was the first tractor they ever drove, or the first one they learned to maintain. It became part of how farm skills, work habits, and rural life were passed down from one generation to the next. So why is it number 9 instead of higher? Because while its reputation and symbolism are incredibly strong, the tractors ahead of it built even deeper reputations in heavier work and broader day-to-day farm use. But the next tractor on our list is a machine many Midwest farmers still call more dependable than people give it credit for. Number 8, the Oliver 1850. The Oliver 1850 is the kind of tractor that often gets overlooked by people outside the Midwest, but the farmers who know it usually speak about it with real respect. It may not always be the first name in a mainstream list, yet in many farming communities, it earned its reputation the hard way. In the field, over time, through honest work. What makes the 1850 stand out is its practical reliability. This was not a tractor that needed constant attention to prove itself. It built trust season after season by staying steady, staying useful, and doing the job it was asked to do. For many owners, that is the highest compliment a tractor can earn. Another reason people remember it so well is balance. The Oliver 1850 had enough power for serious farm work, but it still felt manageable and familiar. It was the kind of machine that gave farmers confidence, because it felt like the right fit. Not too much, not too little, just a dependable workhorse for real daily use. It also brings something special to a list like this: character. The Oliver name, the look, and the presence of the tractor carry a different kind of pride. And yes, it still sparks good debates with Deere, IH, and Ford owners. For older viewers, the memory runs deeper than the machine itself. Many remember a neighbor, a relative, or a family friend who ran an Oliver and swore by it. The Oliver 1850 is the kind of tractor owners still praise, long after they sell it. But the next tractor on our list carries even more historical weight. And for many families, it represents an earlier chapter of American farm life. Number 7. The John Deere Model A. The John Deere Model A is more than an old tractor. For many American farm families, it is part of the family story itself. It belongs to an earlier chapter of rural life. When fields were worked differently, time moved slower, and a dependable machine could change the rhythm of an entire farm. One of the most remarkable things about the Model A is its kind of reliability, survivor reliability. When we talk about early tractors, one of the clearest signs of durability is this: how many are still around? And how many can still run after all these years? That says something important. These machines were built to work, and many of them proved it over decades. The Model A also represents a major turning point in American farming. It came from a period when tractors were reshaping how work got done on the farm. For many families, owning a machine like this was not just a purchase. It was progress. It meant doing more work in less time, with less physical strain. And for viewers over 55, the emotional value is hard to miss. Old Deere models like the Model A often bring back childhood memories. Riding along, watching a father or grandfather at work, or seeing one parked in a neighbor's shed. Even people who never owned one often remember what it sounded like. So why is it number 7 and not higher? Because its historical importance is enormous. But the tractors ahead of it are remembered more for broad, long-term workhorse duty in later farm operations. And the next tractor on our list is a red machine. Many farmers trusted like a true partner in the field. Number 6. The Farmall H. The Farmall H earned its place on this list the same way it earned its reputation on American farms. Through real work, real seasons, and real dependability. For many row crop farms, especially across the Midwest, the H was not just another tractor in the shed. It was one of the machines people counted on. Part of that trust came from its simple, familiar design. The Farmall H was the kind of tractor farmers could learn quickly, maintain without too much trouble, and keep running for many years with steady care. It did not need to be complicated to be reliable. In fact, that practical simplicity is exactly why so many people still speak highly of it today. It also fit the needs of family farms very well. The H was useful, capable, and dependable in everyday work, which is what matters most when time is short and jobs keep coming. A tractor like this builds loyalty because it proves itself in the routine tasks that make up farm life. And of course, there is the emotional side. The red Farmall color, the shape, the presence. It all brings back a very specific time in Midwest agriculture. For many older viewers, the Farmall H is not just a machine they remember. It is part of the look and feel of the farm years they grew up around. So why is the Farmall H here at number 6? Because while it is a true legend, there is still another Farmall in this countdown that many farmers see as an even stronger symbol of long-term durability. But the next tractor takes us into a more powerful kind of workhorse, one that became a familiar, dependable sight on many hardworking farms. Number 5. The Ford 5000. At number 5, we move from pure nostalgia to a tractor many farmers remember as a serious working machine. The Ford 5000 earned respect not just because it lasted, but because it stayed useful. It was the kind of tractor that proved its value in the field, not in a sales brochure. One of the biggest reasons the Ford 5000 stands out is its practical mix of power and versatility. On a busy farm, that matters. Farmers needed a machine that could handle real work, adapt to different jobs, and keep going without constant trouble. The Ford 5000 built its reputation by doing exactly that, day after day. It also carries what many older farmers appreciate most: no-nonsense reliability. A good tractor is not judged by how fancy it looks. It is judged by whether it starts, pulls, and finishes the job when the weather turns or the schedule gets tight. The Ford 5000 became the kind of machine owners could depend on, without losing sleep. That is also why it still matters. In used tractor conversations today, this model gives our list something more than nostalgia. It offers practical value for people who still look at old tractors through the lens of real use, maintenance, and long-term ownership. In that way, the Ford 5000 is both a memory and a benchmark. So why is it number 5 and not higher? Because it is extremely strong on reliability. But the tractors above it carry an even bigger legendary reputation and deeper emotional weight across farming communities. But the next machine on our list is famous for something even harder to beat: a compact size, with a reputation far bigger than it looks. Number 4. The Massey Ferguson 135. The Massey Ferguson 135 is one of the best examples of a tractor that surprises people. It is smaller than many machines in this countdown, but when farmers talk about reliability, the MF 135 almost always finds its way into the conversation. Its size may be modest, but its reputation is anything but small. A big reason for that reputation is simplicity. The MF 135 is known as a tractor that is easy to use, easy to understand, and easier to maintain than many larger, more complicated machines. For owners, that means lower stress, manageable upkeep, and a machine they can keep for years, without feeling like it has become a burden. It is also a true utility tractor, in the best sense of the word. The MF 135 proved itself in everyday farm tasks, where steady performance matters more than raw power. Around the barn, in the yard, and through regular day-to-day jobs, it built trust by being dependable and practical. It did not need to dominate the field to become one of the most respected tractors ever made. Another reason this tractor stands so strong in memory is word of mouth. People did not just read about the MF 135. They heard about it from neighbors, relatives, and other farmers who own one, and kept praising it year after year. That kind of reputation is hard to buy, and even harder to fake. So why is it number 4, and not in the top 3? Because while it is deeply reliable and widely respected, the final 3 tractors carry an even bigger symbolic presence in American tractor culture. But the next machine is one of the true heavy hitters, and a tractor that fueled many classic debates between IH and Deere owners. Number 3. The International Harvester 1066. The International Harvester 1066 brings a different kind of presence to this list. This is not just a tractor people remember for horsepower or size. It is remembered as a serious field machine, with a strong personality, and a reputation built through real work. When a 1066 showed up on a farm, it looked like it belonged there. A big part of its legacy is how well it handled demanding jobs. Farmers respected the 1066 because it could take on heavy work, stay in the field, and keep pulling when the days were long and the season was pressing. That kind of reliability means more than surviving a few years. It means earning trust in the moments when breakdowns cost time, money, and peace of mind. For many Midwest families, the 1066 is also more than a machine. It is a red tractor icon. It represents IH and Farmall pride, and that pride still runs deep. People do not just remember owning a 1066. They remember what it meant to own one. It stood for capability, confidence, and a certain way of farming. It also makes this video more fun, because the 1066 always starts a debate. Put this tractor in any top list, and someone will compare it to a Deere 4020, a 4430, or another favorite IH model. That is exactly what great tractor legends do. They create loyalty and conversation that lasts for decades. So why does it stop at number 3? Because its impact is enormous. But the final 2 tractors are mentioned even more often when farmers talk specifically about all-time reliability across generations. Number 2. The Farmall M. The Farmall M is one of those tractors that almost always comes up when farmers talk about reliability. It holds a special place in American farm memory because it represents a simple idea, a tractor that was strong, straightforward, and built to last. For many families, the Farmall M was not just dependable for a few years. It stayed useful for decades with proper care. What makes the Farmall M so respected is how clearly it fits the Midwest idea of reliability. It is not complicated. It is easy to understand. It is easy to work on. And most importantly, it gets the job done. Those are the qualities many older farmers trust most because they come from real farm experience, not marketing language. The Farmall M also carries a deep family connection. This is the kind of tractor that shows up in stories passed down over time. A grandfather used it, then a father used it, and years later, it may still be sitting in the shed, not as a forgotten machine, but as part of the farm's history. That kind of staying power gives the M a meaning beyond its mechanical value. It also stands out because it balances work and memory so well. The Farmall M is respected as a true working tractor, but it also carries the look, the sound, and the presence of an era many viewers still remember clearly. It feels practical and personal at the same time, which makes it a perfect fit near the top of this list. So why is it number 2 and not number 1? Because while the Farmall M may be the top pick in many hearts, one final tractor is mentioned even more often as the all-around benchmark for reliability and versatility. And now we come to number 1, a tractor name that appears in almost every serious reliability debate. Number 1. The John Deere 4020. When American farmers talk about the most reliable tractors ever built, the John Deere 4020 is almost always part of the conversation, and very often, it ends up at number 1. That is not just brand loyalty. It is a reputation earned through years of real work, in real fields, under real pressure. What makes the 4020 so respected is its rare balance. It is not only durable in the sense that it lasts a long time, it is also versatile, capable, and efficient in everyday farm use. The 4020 became known as a tractor that could handle many kinds of work and do them well. That matters because true reliability is not just about surviving. It is about staying useful season after season. It also carries a deep generational reputation across the Midwest. Farmers who owned a 4020 remember how dependable it felt. Farmers who never owned one still know its name because they heard about it from neighbors, family members, auction lots, and coffee shop conversations. That kind of reputation is hard to build, and even harder to keep for decades. Another reason the 4020 stands at the top is its lasting value in tractor culture. It is one of the machines people return to again and again when comparing classic tractors or discussing used tractor standards. In many ways, it became a benchmark, a machine others are measured against. When the topic is reliability and all-around usefulness, the John Deere 4020 is not just a famous tractor. It is the standard many others are compared to, and that is why it earns the number 1 spot on our list today. No matter which color you grew up with, Deere green, Farmall red, or the orange, blue, and silver machines that worked beside them, the best tractors all earned respect the same way. In the field, through long days, hard seasons, and years of dependable service, they became more than machines. They became part of the farm story. So now I would love to hear from you. What tractor would be number 1 on your family farm, and why? Share it in the comments. And if there is a memory behind it, I would truly enjoy reading that too.